I'm Toby Talbot. I'm a voice actor. My boy, you must be gentle. It's like master anyway. If you were like trying to look for VA work, is do anything and everything. Recently, I've been heavily involved with a company called JustJust Productions, making an animated series.
Do you guys prefer handles or knobs?
What the fuck was that? Fucking shit everywhere! Fucking stupid plane!
Lovely jubblet. Right.
Jubblet.
Okay.
Jubbly lovely.
Hello and welcome back to the Casual Crowd podcast. Today we are, of course, joined by the wonderful Rubes the Doobs.
Yes, hello everybody.
A special guest today. It is Toby Talbot.
Hello. It's me.
Welcome to the podcast.
Again.
It is him.
Featured briefly on our last podcast, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where I believe we discussed trying to shag the gingerbread man.
We also talked about, the meth business and
God, yeah.
The Empire business.
Harry in the back room.
Yeah.
We haven't let him out yet.
Yeah, he's still in there. Stirring the barrel full of meth.
Hey, has anybody seen Harry? Oh god. Just
oh no.
It'll be okay.
Oh god. Anyway, yeah, let's not get back into that today. We've actually we've got you on for a reason today. I guess would you like to kind of introduce yourself, maybe say a little bit about what you do, what you're here to talk to us about?
Sure. I mean, I'm Toby Talbot. I'm a voice actor. I do some small scale voice acting, but primarily recently I've been heavily involved with a company called JustJust Productions, making an animated series, which we'll be talking about quite a bit today.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited to get into that. I guess we're going to start off with a fan favourite topic, because this is a casual place. It's a chilled out place. But, we don't always start like that, okay? We've got to have a place to vent, a place to get our inner anguishes out. And that is why today we're going to be talking about what has made you absolutely fuming this week. And seeing as you're the guest, Toby, I think we're going to start with you.
Well,
what's really pissed you off this week?
It's like... It's I don't know if it's necessarily pissed off. It just gets me really just makes me frustrated.
Yeah.
It's so like, all right. I like films. I like TV. I like Marvel films, right? I do. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's a Marvel film. Like, no, they can be quite fun, But I also I watched not kind of recently, probably like a couple months ago. I watched Squid Game, right? And I thought it was all right. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right.
I loved it.
But I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't think it was the best TV ever. I thought it was a good watch, whatnot. And and then an article came out recently of the creator talking about the Squid Game universe is just beginning, right? And that really just pisses me off, because it's season 2, yeah. But universe? Do we really need Squid Game spin-off shows? Squid Game game?
Yeah.
Do we need all this stuff? And it's can't it just sit on its own as this nice little piece of social commentary that doesn't need a fucking movie franchise? It doesn't need this. It's so, but it doesn't need all this other crap just on top of it.
We'll just fit
I absolutely get what you mean.
And we'll be like, yo lads, you want to come see Squid Game 4 with me?
Squid Game
Sorry?
12.
Sorry? Yeah, it's in cinemas,
God,
guys.
Yeah. It's this obsession with, I guess companies kind of feel like they have to franchise everything nowadays, don't they?
Nothing really anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not to say that's always bad, but I also watched Into the Spider-Verse recently. I watched it with my brother.
Yeah.
And it's I sat there and I thought this is just a Spider-Man film. It's not connected to a larger universe. It's not, you don't have to watch the 50 years of films to understand it. No, it's just that one film sits on its own and you can watch that and enjoy it. Is that not fine? What's wrong with this? Doing this?
I'm happy for a season 2 because it did so well. So Netflix is
same.
Money. So here, have some more money and we'll make some more money, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't want to end up going, wait, hold on. There's another TV show about Squid Game that isn't Squid Game. Yeah, it's like 20 episodes long and it's like 4 seasons. No, I'm just gonna watch Squid Game.
You know, like, come on, just let it like be its thing. But that's what I've been very annoyed about as of recent, anyway.
No, I get that. I absolutely get that. Yeah. What about you, Reuben?
Well, hello. The most annoying thing that's kind of like happened recently in the last couple of days is that I'm so bad at just like combat and fighting games that it's actually infuriating.
What meant combat and fighting in real life?
Well, that too. But look, I mean,
Rubes just walks into an alleyway, starts beating the shit out of some criminals.
It's just like the video games. No, I've just picked up Sekiro again. And I know it is notoriously difficult. Yeah. I know it is, but it's an incredible
Souls
game.
In my opinion.
Sorry?
Yeah. I just said hardest Souls game in my opinion. Like...
Yeah, it is. That's what people compare it to. It's basically, they just say it's a Dark Souls game, but harder. The other day, I was laughing while also playing, because I was playing with my mates as well. And they were just, rambling on about shit. And I got to the point where I was about to do it. And then I laughed and I pressed attack instead of dodge, and he just shanked me and I died, and he was on the last bit of health. And I screamed. I think I did, actually.
Could you give us an example of that scream, please, Reuben?
No, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm prepared to do that this time. There was a lot of shouting and swearing. But, it's okay.
Oh, God, yeah. I get what you mean, though. Sekiro, like, it's such a hard game.
But it's gorgeous. I really want to play it.
It is,
I want to finish it.
I just didn't play it.
You know what always happens when you're annoyed, though? Like, I find it never happens any other time, but whenever you're annoyed, you'll just be walking, maybe you've gone to make yourself a drink, and your bloody clothes get stuck on the door handle as you're walking. And it only ever happens when you're already annoyed.
Because you're being careless.
I can't be the only one that experiences this, but it's the absolute worst, and it like yanks you into the door, and then,
And then
it's the worst when it makes a hole in your clothes.
You're trying to loosen it, but all you're doing is you're just yanking it rather than just walking up to it and carefully moving out. So you're just getting more angry.
And I think it gets to a point where when I am annoyed, where I'm like, you know what, just screw it. I will beat it. I kind of get into this mental battle with it where I refuse to think about it logically.
You have to be angry about it.
God, but yeah, that's something that makes me absolutely fuming is just doors and the just general disrespect for humans. I think I hate doors, man. Get rid of them all. So
just transitioning into your absolutely fuming is this door.
Yeah. I think we should remove doors.
Right.
They're not good. On my door. Let me tell you about my door. My God. My door, the cheeky little bugger that he is, he closes on me. Like he just starts swinging shut randomly. So like I'll open the door and I'll just be like standing in the doorway. I don't know what I'm doing, just weirdly standing in my doorway, but I'm there doing it, and it will just like
whack
into my side. Face. Exactly, it's awful. So yeah, I think cancel doors. 2020
we should be a doorless society. Do you think?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Apart from front doors.
What do doors do anyway?
What
is good about doors?
Well, it closes a room off. It gives you privacy.
Well, just put a boulder there instead. That's what Jesus did.
But then how are we gonna move them, bro?
Yeah, you're strong, isn't it?
Or no, Phil. How about we remove door handles? They're all electric, so you just have to like press it with your hand, and then it opens.
I guess
right?
Speaking of door handles, this is another question. We've gone vastly off topic here. Right, handle. Do you guys prefer handles or knobs?
Handles.
Who still has a doorknob in like 2022?
It depends on the door though. Like if it's an old-fashioned, very old, like 18th century door, yeah, it'll have a doorknob, and I like that. But if it's just like a modern door, fucking doorknob, whatever. You know what I mean? Just have a.
Yeah, I like a good knob when I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
But like, other times you don't really want to be just walking around your house and seeing knobs everywhere.
Yeah. No.
It's not ideal.
I prefer just walking around seeing handles everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's been my absolutely fuming. So get rid of doors, put boulders there, and more knobs.
More knobs and boulders.
Oh man. I guess we're actually going to talk about you now, Toby. Okay. But for some reason, I mean, it is your podcast. And I guess I just wanted to ask you, kind of, you're in the voice acting biz, aren't you?
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. But you've got a nice foothold in it. You're getting there. I guess, how did you get started? Like, kind of, what made you want to be a voice actor?
Oh God. Well, I mean, like, oh God, how did I get started necessarily? I think it was just like that as a kid that I'd see a lot of actors and like in movies and such, and then it's just because these actors, well, as a kid, it's like, well, I can't like be like that necessarily because they're so old. It's it's like like they're older, the taller, like it physically just like you can't portray that. But I've always loved stories. I've always loved fictions, whatnot. But with voice acting, I liked it just because of kind of how independent you could kind of do it. I watched like a lot of machinimas as a kid. Machinimas basically just like like video game movies essentially.
Oh yeah,
and like
Minecraft roleplay was where it was at.
And I used to watch
Skate
like
Freeze.
I used to watch like a lot of those things, and it's the like you notice after a bit like a lot of these like machinima creators, they would be like really young, kind of sort of like got to be like 13 to maybe like 17-year-olds who like kind of had a sort of passion for filmmaking and whatnot, but doesn't necessarily have the facilities, like with the budget, the actors, the everything in order to make a proper film. Yeah. So then they'd go out and make these machinimas, and they'd get people in the game, they'd get body actors to actually play the characters, and then but it would be like two separate entities for the actors. You'd have the body actors who'd be doing the actual movements, and then the voice actors. Like, so you have the voice actors who would be like, well, like they you could put on any sort of voice. But like I started like helping out with machinimas doing body acting, and then eventually I sort of wanted to kind of do acting, but not like acting, because I thought like, oh God, I don't like doing stuff with my face. it's like it's not necessary. I'm not a very good facial actor. But I always noticed I was like fairly emotive in my voice, so I started like trying to audition for these machinimas and get casted, and then I don't know, like, and then it started to become much more of a it's certainly a hobby of mine, because like acting and voice acting, it's a very fragile industry. Because pretty much everyone's freelance and no one's really getting no one's getting a 9-to-5 salary.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I enjoy all the scale of what I do, and I enjoy the sort of independent nature. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, and that's what's important. It's a good thing. I guess in terms of what's your setup for it like? Like how do you kind of set up for a voice actor? I imagine you'll start kind of small and then upgrade as you go on. But what are you kind of looking at now? What did you start with?
In terms of like what I started with, I was actually very fortunate because my brother used to have a YouTube channel. And he stopped.
Unplug his channel.
Stop. No, he doesn't have a play anymore. I think he'd kill me. But like he used to have a YouTube channel, and he bought a blue snowball microphone. I actually have it here with me. But he bought a blue snowball microphone, and I started off with that. I started off literally, you just plug it in. I recorded on like voice recorder for like Microsoft. So it literally just you just press play and it's like, oh great, and then you'd send that off in auditions or whatever. I'd slowly but surely started getting casted, and then after a while I was like, hey, my audio sounds like ass. So but mainly that was like due to like an echo. And majority of what I learned is that like a majority of having good audio, especially when you're just starting out voice acting, you have a lot of those tools with you in the house. Obviously, as you sort of go up and as you make like a lot more money, you can get full-blown audio setups with like sound buffering on the walls, and you could just basically seal yourself in a glass cabinet with a microphone and the full setup. But like I started off with just like a table and just a microphone and a computer. But I didn't edit. Like I didn't know how to edit my voice lines. All I could do on this voice recording app was just trim them down. Like but I could only trim the start and I could only trim the end. So like anything in the middle, it's what was in there was in there. So I had to basically get the takes exactly right. But eventually, when I discovered Audacity, like everything changed. I got so much better. I invested in a new microphone, which is the microphone I'm using now, which is the Blue Yeti Snowball.
Yeah,
not Snowball, just Blue Yeti. What word is it?
Yeah,
Blue Yeti.
We've all got them
actually.
It's good brand.
Great minds think alike, you see.
Yeah.
And then I got myself. I think it's called an audio break. I think one of you two have it. It's the one that sits directly on top of the microphone. I can't think. Is it called an audio break? I can't remember what it's called.
Wait, a pop filter?
A windshield?
No, windshield. That's it.
Yeah.
I got a windshield, and I also got a pop filter on there as well.
Oh, I've got
your windshield as good as Reuben's?
I was gonna say I've got my little really shitty one from Wish, but it does. I have done some like.
It's like the size of the microphone.
It's massive. It is absolutely enormous.
Mine's a bit thinner, but it's still like layers over the top of the microphone.
Yeah. Reuben's is like a big hat.
It is, and I mean,
it's like
I hopefully will get a proper one in the future, but at the minute, I'm not too bothered.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's interesting to hear about your setup because obviously that's one of the main things people are kind of looking for advice on, sort of like, what should I put on my bucket list? So, would you recommend starting with a Snowball?
Honestly, it's like a good starter mic. But if you're going to start, I'd recommend going to like a site that I've talked about for a while, a Casting Call Club, a site like that where you can just get like an audition and you can audition with 1 or 2 lines. You can do that with your phone. Like if it's just 1 or 2 lines, like you don't need an amazing setup to do that. You need like the more lines you have in a script, kind of like the better the setup you need, because there's much more. There's like a bigger chance for like things to go wrong and whatnot. But like for one or two scenes, depending on like how big the project is, you could just sit there and you can do it with your phone. But like a Snowball is a perfect starting microphone because it's USB based. Plug it straight into a laptop or a PC, and then you can start voice acting. You know,
it's small. It's small as well, isn't it? Like
it's nice design, hasn't it?
It's nice. It's compact. I remember what I do.
Take
actually
on holiday with you.
No, seriously, no, I did that. Like it's like I've taken it on holiday with me like twice or whatever. Used to when I still used to use. I don't think I'd take the Yeti with me now. But yeah, I took it on holiday and like I'd have like. I could just do the voice lines from there, and it was like the audio wasn't great. I don't think I'd go as far to say it wasn't good, but it's very portable, you know. And but like a simple thing because like one thing that really annoys me a lot of the time is that even if your microphone's fine, your room might not be set up for it.
Yeah, no, so, I found that a lot.
It's
I know it sounds stupid, but when I was doing like YouTube stuff when I was younger. Like, I did a lot of random YouTube shit when I was younger as well. And I found out, like, just having your microphone not only, like, quite close to you on a lower gain, but, you know, with the little wind filter or whatever it is as well, windbreak, it actually makes such a difference. But then, you know, you hear back and you can hear me chair squeaking all the time because it's really shit. And then you can just hear the echo of the walls and you can hear... You know, stuff that's going on outside, and you can't help that. But that's just, you know, you notice it really. But, you know, the thing you can do to make it just ever so slightly better is turn your gain down a bit and get closer. I know it might sound stupid, and it might not be easy depending on where you are. But right now, I've turned my gain down and I've got quite close to the mic. So, like, you can only really hear me compared to other,
Go
things.
on, scran your microphone.
No. Viewers.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Let me
I'm
check.
going to boost that in the edit.
Audacity, it like peaked for like 5 seconds straight.
Oh god.
But all your like everything for like needed for a setup you've got like for echo in a room, literally just stick a duvet over your head.
Yeah,
it really is like it can be like that simple. And obviously you won't do this stuff forever, but you can do this stuff, and like it starts you off good, and it gives you an example of kind of like what's necessary for when recording audio, because it's just like it's just buffers sound, that's all it's doing, and then you put foam on the walls, and it helps every little bit.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, you don't have to be perfect getting started. A lot of it is kind of get that experience, sort of build up and work up slowly. I guess you mentioned it very briefly. You use Casting Call, don't you, to get most of your
I use Casting Call Club. The best probably advice I could think of, like anyone who wants to do, like if you were like trying to look for VA work, is do anything and everything, literally. Like, because if you look at some of like the best voice actors, I'll give you a good example. Someone like Yuri Lowenthal, who he voiced Spider-Man in the PS4 Spider-Man games, or PS5, whatever. And Roger Craig Smith, who voiced Sonic in Ezio. It's like those are some big roles for them. But if you go ahead and you look at their IMDb page, they are in literally everything.
That's I didn't even know this, right? But bloody, what's his name? Mark Hamill, or whatever his name is. He has done the most incredible amount of voice acting across his career. I genuinely thought that he was Luke Skywalker. He was in another film because he was Luke Skywalker, and then that was it.
No, he's he
plays
actor.
the Joker.
He's
in
the best
in the Batman
Joker
games.
of all time.
It's actually insane. Actually, I'd never really considered it, but he's done so much work in voice acting, and I did. In fact, I checked his IMDb page, right, and the list is just. It's huge.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
And any like sign of a successful voice actor, that is what their list is. Because for every like massive role that a voice actor does, they've got about like 20 other minor characters under their belt. Not even minor characters. You'll see that for a lot of these, for a lot of these characters, or for a lot of these voice actors, that they'll have for a lot of the they'll voice in games, movies, such, and it'll just be additional voices. Like I mentioned, like Yuri Lowenthal, like I remember someone was playing The Last of Us, and they heard a voice line from one of the guys that they just shot, and it was like, is that Yuri Lowenthal? And yeah, it's like these guys, they will take any job, because it's the closest you can get to a stable income and just getting a lot of connection. So it's just do anything and everything, and don't consider yourself above something necessarily, especially if it's a minor role, Yeah. Anything you can really do to get yourself out there. You can start off with something like Casting Call Club, just to sort of train, and then you can slowly get more into the industry. Something like Fiverr is good as well, because it's very easy freelance work. But yeah, 100%.
Yeah, well, that's excellent advice. Thank you very much for that. I'm sure a lot of people at home will appreciate that. I guess kind of moving away from that, so you got started doing some one-off jobs, I imagine. Recently, I don't know how recently, maybe it was a while back, but you've got involved with a company called JustJust, haven't you?
Yes, I have indeed.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you want to kind of talk about, sort of first of all, what JustJust are and how you kind of got involved with them?
Well, JustJust is in its core, it's a film production company. But there's also plenty of other types of media, and most prevalent today is animation. I joined in around the summer of 2020, sort of. I was literally looking for... no. In fact, this goes actually back to what I was talking about earlier with machinima. one of like a big machinima creator called Nightmare Films was making season 2 of his he's like sort of coming back years later and making season 2 of something called The Running Dead, which is like a big machinima series back in the day, and it was basic Halo machinima and whatnot. But it reminded me quite a lot of my childhood. So I didn't instantly go back to it, but like then I thought, sorry, I'll look around. And then I started to really enjoy it and started to hang out with some of the people there. And then I saw, and it also had a section for sort of anyone looking for voice actors and whatnot. Because machinima can be very like a community that like sort of tries to help each other out or whatnot. But one like something that wasn't a machinima, because there's a lot of machinimas being advertised in machinima servers. This is in a Discord server, by the way. It was an animation, like an animated Halo series called Shattered, and I didn't know too much about it, but I did think, you know what, this is something different. You know, this is like it's still Halo. It's still fairly close to what I do, but this is something completely different. So I decided to audition. It was the first live audition I ever did. It was over Discord. It was the first live audition I ever did. I was absolutely shitting myself because I'd never done a live audition before.
Yeah.
And I got in there. I did the lines. I thought I did okay. There were a few other people there with me. Then about 10 minutes later, I was sort of kind of waiting around. And then Marco, the guy, the two people there were Marco and Dennis, who were sort of heading the project. And Marco basically said, "Dude, we loved you. We want to give you the role." And I was like, "Oh, great!" And I didn't realize nothing ended up coming of Shattered, or technically something did, but nothing. The project ended up kind of falling through. But me and Marco stayed heavily in contact to the point where I became a member of basically the company that was making it, called JustJust Productions. And JustJust has made it was primarily Indonesia. It's international. It's an international based company, but it was primarily based in Indonesia. They made a few award winning films. Primarily one called Unseen, and Unseen. I actually had a small cameo voice appearance, and now I'm in the first few minutes. But
I'll have to check that out. Is it? What can that be found anywhere?
Yeah, it can be found on the JustJust official YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend anybody listening who's interested in this, absolutely go and check out JustJust.
100%. Yeah, it's full of amazingly talented people.
There's a little documentary, isn't there, on the actual channel talking about who's there and what's
yes. Well, after a while, Marco, Marco was throwing this around the idea of around late 2020 of sort of when we decided not to do Shattered anymore, of making something else, making something more original, because Halo, it's got its audience, and we would have an audience, but we wouldn't be able to branch out as a company. You know, we felt like we could do more with our talents, and he started thinking of something called the Heir of Time, sort of like a fantasy dragon sci-fi kind of thing, and I was like, you know what, we'll see how this plays out. And then it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he started getting more serious about it. And he wanted to bring me properly on board. He wanted to bring me on as a voice actor, but I also asked him if he wanted to be a casting director for it, because being a voice actor, I know how a lot of the time, especially small scale voice actors, you can be treated kind of like meh a lot of the time. So I thought I'd be pretty good in handling voice actors, and I'd be able to spot good acting from voice actors, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
And sort of earlier this year, when we were in a good amount of production phase, I was sort of back and forth going with Marco. Marco Jonathan is his full name, on different ideas and different things we were doing. And at this point, we brought on many members of the team into the team, composers, editors, sound designers, and the third head of the project, who's Trent Meacham. He's from America. He's the head writer of it. And Marco basically said, you know what, like, you're basically a producer at this point. So I was made a producer. And that's that's essentially been my job throughout the whole of this production of the animated series. It's we premiered a few weeks ago or such.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, around I think it was on the 15th, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was on the 15th, and we had a fantastic premiere.
It was brilliant.
We had a premiere on YouTube, and then we also had a Discord premiere. Well, we, in the official Heir of Time server, and it was kind of insane. You know, it was incredible. We didn't like, in terms of in person, we didn't think that many people were going to show up. But it turned, like, we found, I think it was around 70 people that ended up turning up, just sitting there, and it's like, you know, that was crazy for us, because that was the first, because when you work so hard on something and you're pouring really, like, so much of your time into it, it's so nice to get, like, a form of real support. I mean, like, and Rubes, I think you were busy at the time, but Phil, like, you were there at the actual premiere.
I remember actually getting there. It was so professional. I was like, I don't want to say surprised, because I hadn't really heard of JustJust before, but I remember getting in there and just how well organized it was. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And you had a PowerPoint that people went through, different people spoke. There was that guy that introduced it that had the really sexy voice.
Rob, yeah.
Yeah.
We like, after the premiere in the Discord chat, we hosted a small panel where we basically went a bit more in depth on what the series is. The Heir of Time was, and I spoke about budgeting and whatnot. We had the composer there talking about it. Marco talking about the general idea, the writer, Tren, and everyone was there, and we really wanted to give people more of an idea of what it was about.
Yeah, I guess obviously your tongue's slightly tied, but I was wondering if you could kind of give us a little overview for those that didn't see the premiere of what Heir of Time's all about and what people can expect.
Yeah, that probably would help with
as
me,
much as you can go into.
With me talking about this, like, the whole time right now. The Heir of Time it's a fantasy sci-fi adventure series. It's essentially like, imagine Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars kind of things. I'm not a writer on the series, but I do know the general synopsis of the plot. I'll give you an example of what we wanted to do for this. What we wanted to do is we wanted to go into a lot of the cliches and tropes that are, like, a lot of sci-fi and fantasy series go through a lot of the time. A good example on the panel that we spoke about, or that Trent spoke about, was the kind of the chosen one, like, kind of shtick. You know, you guys see it in, like, Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings, all that stuff. There's this one person who's going to save the universe kind of thing. And
Reuben's the dude.
Reuben's actually the main character in this. It's true. And we wanted to sort of go into that and break that down in terms of why it is what it is. But in terms of an actual synopsis of the plot, I went completely off topic. So there was something called the Great War, or something like that, between the elves and the humans. It's several years after this war now. The galaxy is reeling from this huge war, and then we're going to follow these different protagonists. Our protagonists, who is Zach, who is a member of the Zalgorian Republic, who is basically the new Earth government. They took over Earth, and they won the war, and now they rule humanity and parts of the galaxy with an iron fist. Then there's the elves. They were obviously the opposition to the Zalgorian Republic. They sort of the whole war was sort of a pseudo victory for the humans, just because it was such huge scale, and for the amount of time it went on, both sides kind of lost, but the elves definitely more so lost in their part. But the main protagonists are Zach, Cell, and Nigel. Zach, basically a Zalgorian foot soldier who is is going to wrestle with different themes of patriotism, what it is to be humans, and sort of going into what it's kind of like to be under that thumb of a dictatorship, like a fascist government, and how that propaganda can hugely affect you. Cell is an elven woman. She is. We're going to be like going a lot into about what I was saying earlier about the chosen one sort of narrative with her. I don't want to spoil too much with her, but there's some very
who dies at the end?
Very and Nigel. Nigel's this sort of synthetic robot character made by the Zalgorians. A lot in sci-fi, it's like you've got the kind of comedic, more robot character, kind of like K2SO. And what Trent especially emphasised, that he wants to go into why kind of robots kind of act like this in sci-fi, and if there is certain a deeper meaning behind it.
That's it. I like that. That's interesting, to be fair, because this whole AI, robot situation is getting kind of cool. Also worrying, I suppose, but
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And I believe when this podcast goes out, some of these roles are still up for audition, aren't they?
Yeah. A good majority of these roles are up for audition.
Brilliant.
Like they are on the casting call club. The official link, I imagine, is down in the description.
That'll be in the description.
Along with our crowdfunder page.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you want to talk a bit about that and kind of what your goal is with that? Obviously, to get some money for the project.
Yeah, sure.
But...
well, for the crowdfunder page, this animated series, this crowdfunder page is for the first chapter of the Heir of Time. This series requires a tremendous amount of effort for the whole of the team, and JustJust is it's an internationally based non-profit company. No one in the company is making any money off this. We purely want to go into the intention of just making the best possible series that we can. And but for this, we do we knew that going into this, we were going to need a certain amount of financial help, just because of the amount of things. I mean, just to go, I went into some of it on the panel, but to go into some of it now, it's so many things. Like with it being an animated series, animation is quite possibly the biggest real driving factor for this. The animators are what make this happen. And while we do have many in-house animators, and we're actually currently looking for even more. Actually, you can also find a role for that on the casting call club page. And the animators, they're essential to us. But sometimes we may need to look for other animators. We may need to commission certain animators for different scenes. That obviously that requires a financial burden. A motion capture suit, that's huge, as that's going to allow us to do massively speed up the animation process, be able to get these episodes out quicker. Motion capture suit's going to cost it's going to cost a fair bit.
Yeah, I have to say, I love you guys' vision with this. You're really going for this, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we really do want to make the best thing we possibly can.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to really hear more about this series, please go check out the trailer. The trailer is fantastic. It gives me chills every time I saw crowdfunding teaser trailer.
Absolutely.
And
it's all linked in the description.
Yeah, there's also the panel on the official JustJust Productions channel, where we give a massive presentation and we answer a bunch of questions about it. And that's really where you want to go if you want to get a real good in-depth look at the series. And then obviously the crowdfunder. The crowdfunder, that's hugely important to us. Any small amount is massively appreciated, because every single little bit is going to go straight into this project. No one's making it.
And you get credits as well, don't you? For donating a certain amount, I believe you get put in the credits.
There's loads of different. Loads of different rewards there that you can get. All the way just from from £1. If you donate £1, you'll receive a social media shout out. That's something blanket, and we want to make sure every single tiny thing that you give into, we want to give you something back.
Yeah. How much for like a personalized voice message from Rob? Just to listen to.
That's actually if you donate £30 or more, you can get a. It says from the cast, but I imagine if you want, we can get you a personalised voice message from Rob. Rob is a very lovely man, and everyone loves his voice. I love his voice. He's fantastic.
I've not heard Rob, so
should we just talk about Rob for 20 minutes? Oh man, but no, that is awesome. Thank you for kind of sharing all that with us. Obviously, if any of you do have stuff to spare, it's a great project to support, and it's going towards what I think is going to be an awesome production. I guess is there anything else you kind of want to say on Heir of Time or are allowed to say?
Just to emphasize the crowdfunder, every single penny is going to go directly into. We've put a lot of our money into this. And we're only asking for more just so we can make the best. This is going every episode which the first episode, by the way, is no matter if we reach our goals or not, which I certainly hope we do. But even if we don't, we are releasing this in October. That's something. The first episode will be released in October of this year. We're making sure
that's pretty soon.
We want to make sure of that, and like every tiny bit you can help, even if it's just £1. Seriously, even if anyone here donates a singular £1, it's going to go directly into helping us. I go much more in depth on everything to do with budgeting and what we need in the panel on the channel. But yeah, please go support us in any way you can. Even just sharing it, just watching it, just any support from this, because as I said earlier, when we've really poured our heart and soul from this. Any amount of support is just it's amazing. It's so heartwarming to see that people really want to give us a chance with this and really care for it. But yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you again for talking about that. All the links, once again, in the description. I guess, Toby, now I kind of wanted to talk about sort of just general voice acting and sort of the abilities of your voice.
I can see this where this is going, right?
Me and Reuben, we're going to throw a few voice lines at you. And we want you to, we're going to give you like an emotion to read them with, and we want you to kind of demonstrate your abilities.
Okay, right.
I guess, do you have anything, Reuben, or shall I go first?
Yeah, you go first. I haven't actually thought of any.
All right, do you want to get really, really close to the microphone? Turn up my gain all the way. Just make it an absolute nightmare in the edit.
As a throwback to previous podcasts, with the wonderful Reuben, actually, I would like you to imagine you're crying. You're crying. You're really sad. So I want you to imagine like you've just found out some awful news. Right. You're talking through tears as you whisper into the microphone. I want a big, sexy gamer girl to sit on my face.
No. Right. You want to whisper? And while crying.
You could be a bit loud. It doesn't have to be a whisper.
I can't even focus.
Right, okay.
Right. I want a big sexy gamer girl to sit on my face.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was brilliant. That touched me on a deep level.
Reuben, I've just seen the one that you just... Oh, Christ.
Oh, so I guess, do you want him to be angry for this one, Reuben?
Oh, yeah. Say it in an angry emotion, and then I want, yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. Right. I need that Vaseline. My lips are dry as fuck.
Perfect.
I think I've just annihilated the microphone then.
Oh, that was brilliant. I loved
that.
That
was good.
That was incredible. Okay. Now I've got another one here. It's another Reuben quote. Actually.
Oh God.
I want you to whisper. Not whisper. I keep saying whispering. But like I want you to say, you're wise. Okay, you're a wise old man. and you're giving some advice to your little boy. You got your hand on his shoulder as you say to him, "Boy, you've got to be gentle with the way of the anus."
It's like Master Uguay. My boy, you must be gentle with the way of the anus.
Master Uguay, dude. Oh my god. I'm just writing one now. I'm just writing one now.
Oh my god.
Master Uguay. You got any more for me?
Yeah, I'm writing one.
The tension.
Tension.
Oh,
why?
Sorry, Toby. I just want to make you suffer.
Jesus Christ. Why? I'm never coming on this podcast again. Hello there, my love. It appears that I haven't barked for you yet. If you want me to, I am all yours.
Oh, thank you, Toby. Yeah, sorry. I just think you could really cringy shit on the spot.
I hate you.
Oh, that was incredible. Okay.
One word for it.
We got one more. We'll finish on this one. Okay. I want you to be. You know, I want to hear your Master Uguay voice again.
Yeah,
it's so good. But I want to hear you say into the microphone, "I am a sussy femboy who will."
Oh, Phil, why?
Okay. I am a sussy femboy. Ooh.
Do that laugh at the end. Oh my god.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh my god.
Oh, let me off.
Oh, wow. That was incredible. That was an experience. Thank you very much for that, Toby.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, whatever.
It was brilliant.
Oh man, I guess we're kind of drawing to the end now. And you know, as soon as we got you here, we want to give you the full experience. And what Casual Crowd podcast would be complete without everybody's favorite segment, right. Toilet Talk, where we talk about the latest developments in toilet technology.
I'm gonna have a quick search on
or just general toilet news stories. I've actually got one for you here.
All right.
It's an old story. It's from back in October. But apparently, a plane drops sewage on Windsor man in his garden.
Oh my god.
Oh, imagine that. He was quoted saying that his garden was splattered in a very unpleasant way.
Was he splattered?
I don't know. I think so.
It's just Windsor man. Like,
I love the way it says splattered in a very unpleasant way, as opposed to the normal
shat on
pleasurable way of
from
getting
was
splattered.
actually a good thing.
Like, what would a pleasant way of being splattered be considered?
I don't think we should go there. I'm not too sure myself.
We were doing so well. I think this is one of our best interview podcasts. We've got to derail it at the end.
Ancient toilet. Oh god, here we go, lads. An ancient toilet was unearthed in Jerusalem. Shows elite.
Oh wow.
Shows elite were plagued by intestinal worms. Oh god.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
It's horrible, dude.
Oh my god. Oh, wow.
New Zealand braces for toilet paper shortage after
not again.
Someone announced harsh new restrictions in opposed to to 9 Omicron variant cases.
I'm sorry.
New Zealand are incredible. Like, they are.
Wait, 9? Then again, there are only 10 people there. So.
They've got so they've got 9 Omicron cases, and they've just basically gone, all right, everybody shut down. No one's leaving. No one's getting in. And then it's like, also don't panic buy, so everybody panic buys. You know, that's just kind of how it works.
Okay, right, Toby, I'm going to throw a situation at you. This is going to be toilet talk with a twist, right?
Right, I'm ready.
Okay, you're an old lady.
I am.
You've gone to buy some toilet paper.
I just did.
But yeah, this sort of hench giga chad called Dave, he's stolen all of the toilet paper, and you're angry at him. You say, Dave, I want some of that toilet paper. Go on, give us what you would say to Dave. And you're a little old lady, but you're fuming.
Okay, I'm absolutely fuming, am I, Phil?
Absolutely
fuming.
Absolutely fuming.
Oh God, what would I say?
So we're really putting you through the works of this podcast.
Oh God, to put me on the spot.
Love, you you better come back and get out of here. I'm having that toilet paper.
Oh, no,
dude,
I know the perfect voice. I know. Yeah, Dave.
Dave.
Hello, Dave. Right. You don't give me that fucking, like, protein powder, whatever the fuck you've got in your hands. Yeah. If you don't give me that, I'm gonna come round house, petrol bomb your cat, and then drive your car into lake, and then, I don't know, set your chippy on fire.
Oh, that was incredible. If I was Dave, I'd be quaking.
I woke up in a steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in Birmingham. Oh,
Happiest man in Birmingham.
Oh my God, that was brilliant. Thank you for that.
I don't know if that's so brilliant, yeah.
Okay, one more off the spot. This is going to be an easy one. And then we'll let you off. We'll end on this one.
What about this toilet talk? I don't understand.
This is just making you feel pain, Toby.
Right, yeah, go on.
You're sitting in your garden in Windsor. Okay, you're a successful voice actor. You've got a bunch of nice stuff out. Some aeroplane flies over top of you, shats on your head. What do you say? You've just been splattered unpleasantly. What's your immediate reaction?
Right, so I'm standing around. I'm really happy. I'm having a good day. You know, I got an extra Twix in my Twix bar. You know,
exactly.
I'm really
you just
happy.
look up and
I'm watering my flowers,
above.
and it's just, what the fuck was that? Fucking shit everywhere. Fucking stupid plane. I'm gonna fucking go around to his house and gonna petrol bomb his cat again.
Dude,
actually Dave in the plane.
That was incredible.
I don't know. I think my character's really just like petrol bombing cats or something. It's just like an irrational fear.
Yeah, so keep your cat safe, listeners at home.
Or if you want to protect your cats, you should donate. Cat's name is actually Dave.
I know. It's Dave. How is Dave doing, Reuben?
Dave's all right. He came and sat on my lap very briefly, but apart from that,
he ran. It's shit. Starting the podcast. What even is a Windsor accent?
I have no idea. I think just really posh.
Who shit on my doorstep? Why is planes in the sky? What? Can we just talk about that doesn't happen. Planes don't do that. Planes.
Well, you've never been shot on by a plane.
No,
never happened to you. No,
I've never just been chilling in my garden and then a plane just shits on me. I don't know. I feel like there's laws. I mean, no, that's impossible because if shit hit you at 80 miles per hour, you'd be dead.
Imagine that on the headstone.
Fuck me, dude. Died by.
Oh wow. Oh man, have you ever been shot on by anything?
I don't think so. Well, no, yeah, wait, yeah, probably.
A few humans, but that's about it. Right, I tell you what, I think we're probably going to wrap it up now. It was absolutely brilliant having you on, Toby. It's great kind of talking about how to get into voice acting, sort of your work with JustJust. I think a lot of people will find that really helpful. And I guess the takeaway message from this is just take opportunities. Little opportunities, it doesn't matter. Just get some experience under your belt. You don't have to start off big. You can start small. Build up your portfolio, and the opportunities will come. And of course, all of JustJust links can be found in the description. That includes the fundraiser page, as well as the casting call and the YouTube channel, where you can go and find out some more information. I would highly recommend you go and do that because they're a fantastic company. And I do believe they're going places. Thank you very much for coming on today, Toby.
No problem.
It's been great having you. Yeah.
And nice not to talk about meth this time. So yeah.
Oh, come on, we all enjoyed that.
Wait a minute, no.
Oh God. Yeah, where do you think we're going after the podcast?
I'm going straight to the kitchen.
I'm going to
Harry.
Knock on Harry's.
Anyway, thank you very, very much for listening. If you have enjoyed, sharing this with just one person would, of course, be hugely appreciated. And we will see you awesome people next time. Goodbye.
See you later, fools.
See you.